Hi guys, it's Andy from Ranga Hook. I wanted to go over how we put together our tool belt clips and the reasons why we built this over the standard belt clips that were there. Being a carpenter for 15 years, I think these having a tool belt hook was far better than the clips that came with most impact drivers or drills that would jump out of your pocket or jump out of your tool belt. And these were just so much easier to connect onto your tool belt and to use and just hang your drill off of or anything else. So they're so universal. First off, the spring clip on the back. We changed the design so it would have a more of a hook around, because we found that the other designs kept jumping off the belt and they would just become annoying. Like, you could have your tool on it, and then if you're walking down a ladder and your tool catches, and it just pushes the clip straight up. So they're easy to get on, but to get them off the belt, you've really got to open that up so that the hook goes over the belt so you can get it off. Because that pulls in tight to the back of the clip, it's not going to be easy to get off. The other thing we added is the 4 screw holes on the 3mm stainless steel plate, is so that if you want to have a permanent fixture, you can pot rivet this onto your belt or to the front of one of your pockets on your pouches. We made the hooks out of acetal, which is a glass-filled plastic, the same stuff they use on handlebars and other gear levers for mountain biking and other things. So it's still got the lightness of plastic, but it's a lot more, has a lot more tensile strength over standard plastic. And being that it's going to be around tools and it's going to be around petrol and generators thing, we wanted it to be sort of resistant to any of those chemicals that may come onto the plastic, so it's not going to wear down over time and still be heat resistant at the same time, hence that glass-filled acetal plastic. I'll just put it together. We used, actually made all these parts out of stainless steel, and we've used the O-rings in them to create friction on the plates so that they wouldn't just spin around all over the place like a couple of the other ones done. And the reason we use an E-clip over a standard, I guess like a lock nut and things like that, is that even if it's got a lock nut in it, eventually they wear out. Where having an E-clip and a stainless steel pin, these can just turn around. The O-ring gives it friction, so it doesn't just keep spinning. At the same time as this can just keep turning without it wearing around or coming loose, like the standard lock nuts are on a couple of other products. Putting this in through, we also added a different, so we got the O-ring for the friction, and then we've also got a washer on the inside so that it's going to have longer wear and tear. Again, with another pin that was designed and machined out of stainless steel, so it's not going to wear out over time. And we can just put the E-clip on this side as well. And the best part about these is that if the mechanisms do break, or say an E-clip does break off, it's easy to replace. The pins aren't going to wear out because they're stainless steel, and the hooks and everything else is easy to replace, because I found I was using another system, still a tool belt hook, but it was breaking down all the time. The lock nuts were coming loose, the hook was bending and going out of shape. If the lock nut came loose, then the thread in the actual hook was just gone, or the back. Another reason why we did a plate and a spring clip on the back was because we found that being a carpenter for 15 years, those spring clips that were on other models were just, once they'd bend or they'd go out of shape or they'd go out of whack, they were just gone. And you couldn't really do anything with it from there, where, you know, if these do go over a period of time, you still got the option to pot rivet the plate onto your nail bag instead of having to buy a whole new product all over again. Yeah, and that's it. That's Ranga Hooks.